And now, fanfiction reading with Mars and Ruffian. Today's fanfiction, Craving Intimacy.
Austin woke late. It wasn't abnormal. His sleeping schedule was shot to hell. Sunlight shone through the windows in his room, casting odd shadows and light patterns on his floor. So he laid in bed and stared at his phone charging on the bedside table. It was on silent so as not to distract him from what little sleep he managed to catch. But he was awake now and there was no going back to sleep at this point. The time read 2:35, so it wasn't too late by his standards. Tyler was already up. He could hear him shouting nonsense at the game he was playing. Austin unlocked his phone, scrolling absent-mindedly through Twitter. He scrolled to the end of his timeline before tweeting, "Good morning, friends." He looked through a few responses, but it was one of those days where he woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something and just felt terrible. Not angry, just mildly upset like he'd revisited a sad memory. He pulled himself out of bed and trudged to the kitchen. Austin greeted Tyler, who was too engrossed in his game to notice his zombie of a friend. Austin poked around in the kitchen for a bit, not knowing what he was looking for. "Tyler, we don't have any food," Austin complained loudly. Tyler heard and almost removed his headset.
I got food last time.
"I can't fucking drive, you retard." Austin rolled his eyes. He grabbed a glass of water before he joined his friend on the couch and watched him play for a bit. "You're trash."
Fuck off, Austin. Oh, Tyler scoffed. Tyler played in silence for a bit, and Austin observed. "Hey, Vince is coming over at 4, remember?" Tyler asked, never moving his eyes from the screen.
"Wait, what?"
"Yeah, you don't remember?" Tyler shrugged. Tyler struggled to hold back a laugh. It was too typical of Austin to forget something like this.
"Why didn't you get me up earlier?"
"You wouldn't have listened to me."
It was true and Austin knew it. He stood and headed to the bathroom to take a quick shower. His mood hadn't improved by the time he got out and changed into a fresh set of clothes. He stared at himself in the mirror, his thin structure under a t-shirt and shorts. Then the realization hit him with a shock. He was upset because he was alone. Austin was introverted, often preferring to stay at home for parties unless he knew several people going, or if it was for a special occasion. But ever since he'd become serious about YouTube, he hadn't really been in a relationship. For the longest time, it didn't bother him, but he craved the feeling of being close to someone again. His eyes traced his features in the mirror. Sure, he had Tyler, definitely one of his closest friends. But the feeling of being wanted by someone else. Austin left the bathroom, throwing his sweatpants and old t-shirt on the bed. He returned to the living room and sat at his setup, but he stared at the New York skyline in front of him. Tyler hadn't moved. For the longest time, Austin sat and let his thoughts wander. He needed to collect gameplay, he needed to record and edit, and for fuck's sake, he needed to cheer up before Vince came over.
Tyler noticed that Twitter was open on one of Austin's monitors, but he wasn't doing anything. Tyler paused his game, setting his headset down. "Hey Austin, you doing okay?"
Austin nodded in response, unsure of how to explain what he was feeling, or even if he should mention it.
"You sure? You've been kinda spacing out."
"Nah man, I'm fine, just tired."
Tyler laughed. "Your sleep schedule is fucked."
What else is new? His response had an edge to it, almost bitter.
"Austin, seriously, what's going on?"
Austin sighed. If he craved being close to someone, that meant trusting them. He turned to look at his best friend. He should trust him. He should be able to talk to him freely because that's what he craved. Not necessarily a relationship, but the openness that came with one. "I'm not sure," he said slowly. "I'm just in a mood, I guess. I feel like..." He let his sentence trail off. Silence filled the room for a few moments.
"Like what?" Tyler prompted him, breaking the quiet. His face was one of concern, and Austin could no longer look at his friend's face. He hated seeing Tyler concerned for him, especially now. They'd moved to New York City for fun, not to have heart-to-heart conversations and share depressing thoughts.
"I don't know. I guess I miss being close to someone."
Tyler tried not to let the comment hurt him. "Aren't we close?"
"Yes, but no. I mean..." Austin struggled for words. "I crave a relationship, I guess." He rested his arms on the back of his chair, his head resting on his arms.
Sit here. Austin gestured a spot next to him. Austin raised an eyebrow.
Why?
It's easier to talk to you when you're not halfway across the fucking room, that's why.
Austin cracked a smile and crossed the room to sit next to him. However, Austin didn't look at his friend. He stared at the dark pause screen of his game. His friend looked at him, and he couldn't help but smile. Even though Austin was in a foul mood, Tyler was so lucky to have him.
Hey, Tyler said softly, holding his arms out. Austin stared at him, puzzled. Hug me, you dumbass. Tyler rolled his eyes. Grudgingly, I don't know how to say that word.
Grudgingly?
Grudgingly. Austin accepted Tyler's hug, and the two remained in an embrace for a while. It's your turn.
Austin felt protected in this embrace, although slightly uncomfortable. Tyler was startled by how well Austin fit in his arms and how right it felt. Soon, the uncomfortable feeling melted away from both of them, and they were content to just stay in each other's arms. Austin's eyes closed, and they were both lost in the moment, content with just being close to each other and doing nothing. Austin relaxed in Tyler's arms, and Tyler felt the change in his best friend's composure. Tyler began to relax too, as he tensed when Austin was reluctant to accept his embrace. Tyler tried to let go, but Austin's arms tightened around him. No, not yet, he muttered, eyes still closed. It's nice. Tyler didn't protest, but he did adjust his arms as one was beginning to fall asleep. He didn't mention it, just wanting Austin to be content. There was a knock on the door, but neither moved. It's unlocked, Austin called out, his voice slightly muffled. Both of them heard the door to their apartment open, but neither moved. They heard footsteps down the hall, and they stopped outside the living room. Vince saw Austin and Tyler on the couch, still in each other's arms.
Dad? He called out, unsure whether to laugh or leave. Austin turned in his seat almost too quickly, forcing Tyler to let go. What are you, fucking gay? Vince laughed.
Austin's eyes narrowed. I will literally throw you off the balcony, cunt. Vince couldn't help but laugh at Austin's remark, but Austin didn't even crack a smile. Tyler gleefully watched the argument unfold in front of him, forgetting the embrace he and Austin had shared a few moments ago.
But seriously, are you two having a moment, or... Vince let his question trail off, his body half turned to face the hallway. No, you're fine. Get in here, Tyler told him. A smile broke across Vince's face as he joined them on the couch. What? I don't get a hug? Austin and Tyler stared at him. It's not gay if it's divisible by 3.
Get out, Austin said, trying to hide his laugh. Just get out.
Oh my god. Is there another part?
No, that's it.
Oh my god, that was great!
Thank you.
This has been Fanfictions with Mars and Ruffian. We bid you adieu. This is Mars and Ruffian signing off. We hope to see you in the next video, because this next one's probably going to be a lot worse. Oops.